Good evening all, I hope you're well and welcome to the Fife Properties Fife Property Market Update. Tonight, no Jim. Jim is sunning up in Jamaica, so you have myself today. So I hope that I do him proud. I'm going to give it a go anyway, let's see how we get on. So it's Fife Property Market Update. It's what's basically going on in the Fife Property Market since the Sunday the 13th of November through to Saturday the 19th of November, yesterday. So what we're going to look at is a weekly roundup of what's driving the Fife property market, including a look at recent listings, what we have sold in the area recently, and also what we have coming soon. So that's always a good part for you to have a look at if you're looking to buy. I'll give you a good insight as to what we have coming to market. As well as doing that, we're going to talk about some of the articles that we did this week, along with the podcast and the TV shows that we've written and produced this week. So been quite a bit of a busy week on that front. So myself and Anne-Marie yesterday, we did the episodes 117 episodes so far for the Saturday show. That's pretty excellent, isn't it? And that was all about evening viewings and how to wow your buyers with a warm welcome when it's dark and cold. I'm dressed for winter. I'm sure you guys are all snuggled up dressed for it as well. And Anne-Marie and I really just talk about when the clocks went back, what the night started getting earlier, viewings at your home. They're going to have a whole new light shone on them, aren't they? So it's about how you make that work for yourself. And we talk about that and give you some tips and guides to it. There's also the link to the show in the programme and also to the article. The article literally is a 3-minute read. So really useful and gives you some good insights and some top tips in regards to how you can get your property looking at its best inside and outside when the nights are drawing in. On Friday as well, actually, this is a new thing that we do on a Friday. I hope some of you have watched it. If not, please do. So we're now going to do on a Friday afternoon a little bit of a kind of Friday slot, and it's basically a welcome to the weekend. So what's on in the area in the weekend, what's happening in Fife, things that you might want to get involved with. Some of that can be fun, sporty, indoors, outdoors. We covered quite a few things that were on over the weekend that we're just in and also going into next week. So the team and I are doing that. We are pulling together some articles and information share so that you can enjoy a fun weekend in Fife. And some of that can be free as well. We've got lots of great things outdoors here, so it's a good place to enjoy things. And we basically are looking for your assistance if you want to participate in that. If you have an event that you want to share, if you have something going on, there's lots happening just now, isn't there? We've got all of the Christmas fairs coming to pass and the pantomimes, and everybody's looking for that extra piece to add to their jigsaw in regards to the winter months and what they want to be doing. So again, if you're looking to promote your event, then reach out to us. You can message us here directly or contact one of the team. Feel free to do that. So that's on a Friday, and we're generally doing that around about 2:30. So please do join in. It'll be great to see you. Also this week, myself, Jim and Richard did, is it now a good time to buy a Fife home? What if Fife buyers' prices, houses dropped? Everyone was concerned about that. We see it on the news all the time. So surely it's going to be wise to wait and save lots of money is something that we're hearing quite frequently. But actually in this article, what we do is we talk about how for Fife homeowners and home buyers, waiting could end up costing you actually more money than if you waited to see if the prices of property were going to be dropping. So we talk about in that article, again, it's in this post, about how actually it saves you money moving now, irrelevant of what may happen in regards to the property pricing market. So something for you to watch and maybe take a bit of interest in. Also, we've got on Monday, we've got the Wealth Creation Show on Monday at 12:30, and that is live on all of these channels that you're looking at just now. And that will be presented by Richard and Jim. Yes, I did say Jim's on holiday, but he is joining from Jamaica. So I think that'll be quite nice. So Jim and Richard are going to talk about, basically it's episode 46 and it's the Wealth Creation Show and it's Diary of a Property Investor Part 1. So from that, what Jim's going to really speak about is his journey. So in the series, Jim and Richard Cook are going to take you through the step-by-step approach, basically, that took Jim from homeless, unemployed, in his early 20s to retiring at 38 as a millionaire and financially free. This is the watched and all version of it as well. So it'll be very interesting for you to have a vision of that from Jim. And it's laid bare stories of Jim's journey from the beginning, really, from his struggles with school systems. We talk about that offline quite a bit and how that was challenging, pivotal moments, and also key points that led to a change in the direction for Jim. how he reprogrammed his mind for success, and how he worked a full-time job while building a property empire. And did that really while he was hustling, to be honest, because he was educating himself while he was doing that, and all the lessons that he learned from that, from buying his first property to then purchasing his first 30 properties, including his massive mistakes and monumental victories. And we did ask Jim actually what his thoughts on this were, and Jim basically says anyone could have done this. Most weren't prepared to pay the price. If my journey serves as a lesson to help others get there quicker with less mistakes, it's been worth telling the story. So from this will be literally a blueprint to success, and I know that Jim is looking forward to sharing that with yourselves. There is a link to the Wealth Creation Show for tomorrow on the programme as well, and on all the channels that it's posting this just now. So again, if that's something that you'd be interested in and hearing how that could happen, then certainly it's a good education from Jim in regards to how to create wealth for yourself. If you're a private client of ours, including the ongoing support that you'll also be receiving at the moment, we invite you to growing your business, and that happens on Thursdays of every month, on the last Thursday of each month. That's a private Zoom with all of our investors. It's a session where basically they deep dive into details about portfolio building. If you haven't received your invite, please reach out. Again, it's in the link. You can reach out to Richard Cook at fifeproperties.co.uk. I'm sure Richard would be happy to share that link with you, and that will give you a good insight last Thursday every month in regards to how to build your portfolio and make them maximize the efforts in that portfolio. And again, it's all about accelerating your wealth in 2022 and beyond. So going into next year, which we're close to. We must point out though that we are not financial advisors. This is only our opinion and Jim's opinion through his successes and his practices. And we just looking to share how he did that and how he approached it. It can go down quite well, and if you want some professional advice from a qualified advisor, certainly reach out to us. We can put you in touch with someone. We do have an affiliation with people who can help you with that. But as I say, that's not us. We're just here to kind of tell you our story and give you some tips. So again, if you're looking to do that, click on the link. You're welcome to join the shows. So moving forward, taking you to the solds. So the reason we talk about the solds is not to tell you what we sold as such, but it's to give you a flavour for what is selling in your street, basically. So, you know, you may have something in this area that you have a property to sell. You may be thinking about moving in the near future. We always talk about it, don't we, in regards to circumstances really dictate what you do in regards to property when you move, etc. So it gives you a flavour for what we're selling, where it's selling, and the kind of price point that's there as well. So it gives you a good idea of where your property may well be coming in at. So our first sold of the week last week was 42 North Street in Kettlebridge. We sold that in 3 weeks. That was a 3-bed terraced house. And the new owners are absolutely thrilled with their new family home, which is always a pleasure for us actually to match people with the home that they're looking to settle their family in. That particular property was listed at offers over 160,000. So again, gives you a really good feel for what property is exchanging for in your area. Our second property of the week was 8 Bow Butts in Crea, and that sold in 2 weeks. That was a 3-bed semi-detached house. The new owner, again, is looking forward to spending time in that garden. So that's quite nice for them to be doing that. So I know that they have pets, etc. So they're looking forward to settling there. And that property was listed at offers over 220,000. So again, gives you a feel for where you would be if you have something in the Bow Butts area. Another property that we sold last week, 9 Kirkland Road in Methil. That one sold. That was a 3-bed detached house. The new owners, I know, are over the moon. They're resettling into the Fife, so really pleased to have a property that they can invest in and put their stamp in and actually potentially make some good return on it as well. And that was listed at offers over 130,000. So again, if you have anything in that area, then certainly please feel free to reach out if you'd like some advice from us. Our final property that was sold last week was 5 Tollbooth Wynd. That actually sold in 4 days. This was a fabulous property. If you've not seen the video for this, you'll get the link in the show. Stunning sea views over Cellar Dyke, just absolutely gorgeous. That was a 2-bedroomed villa. The new owners are absolutely over the moon to have their new home by the sea. Very much looking forward to it. And I bet on these windy, rainy days that we had this week, they're having some quite amazing views from that property. Now, that one was listed at offers over 300. So again, if there's something that you have in that area, you'd like some guidance on that from us, then please do feel free to reach out. Coming soons. So again, why do we tell you about the coming soons? Really, that's about you preparing yourself. If you're thinking that you are in the market for a property of that description in that area, we're at very early stages of it, and the benefit of the coming soon really is for you to see what's coming to the market. If you're in a position to proceed, potentially making an offer that our seller can't refuse, it's a real good opportunity for you to get in there first, really, before it goes to the pre-portals and the websites. So the ones that we've got coming soon, we've got one in Sandy Craig Road in Pittenweem coming soon, and that is a 2-bed detached bungalow. We then have St Andrews Road in Largo Ward, which is a 3-bed detached bungalow. That one's on a really good sized plot as well, actually. Lots of room to add value to that property, and really is a great investment. So have a look at that one, because that's a really great property. The pre-portal actually was on there just before Jim went to Jamaica. So again, if you want to have a little look at that, you can do that. And it's absolutely so much potential with this one, and it's really got great countryside location as well. So highly recommend that you have a look at that if you're after that type of property. Our next coming soon is Wingfield in Crail. That's a 1-bed ground floor apartment. We then have one in Miller Terrace, Miller Terrace in St Monans, and that is a 3-bed terraced house, and this is stunning inside. Great back garden as well on this one, and outbuildings too. They've got an outside laundry, they've got an outside workshop, and there's a garage. It's just absolutely great, that one. We've got another one coming on in Methil Bray in Methil. That's a 2-bed semi-detached house. We've got one in Main Street in Methil coming on as well, which is another 2-bed semi-detached house. And then we have Victoria Road in London Links. We have a 6-bed detached house coming on there. This is a cracker. It really is a fantastic property. Lots of original features and character there. So again, if that's something that you're looking for, certainly feel free to reach out. Myself and one of the team will be able to help you with that in regards to detail and information share. Next part I'd like to cover off with you is what has completed with us. And again, why do we tell you about the completed? Completed basically is keys handed over, everything's exchanged, land registry is all being registered. So we are able to kind of then share with you what things sold for. In regards to the properties that are sold, let me just get those details for you. So I mentioned to you there about the Kettlebridge one. So this is the one in Kettlebridge. So this was a fabulous property. This was the 42 North Street one. And then we had the 8 Bow Butts. Again, you can see there, that's a really nice property. Again, lots of potential, but on a really quiet road, right off the back of the road as well, and off the street. We then, oh, sorry, just jumped ahead of myself there. The one in Kirkland Road. So you can see there, that was quite a big detached house, lots of garden space with that one as well. And then we had the Tolbooth one, as I said to you about the views. Just look at those views, they're absolutely cracking, aren't they? It's a really, really nice property, that one. And that was basically the ones that we had that were sold this week. Just jump past that. And then I'll go back to give you some views of the stats actually before I talk about what has completed. So again, we talk about the regions in Fife and the areas of where things are selling. Quite a difference on last week, actually, if you look at that. So last week we were sitting around about 146 properties in total that had come to the market. So a little bit of a change there. So 113 have been instructed this week and 105 have actually sold. So if we look at the areas where they're selling, so you've got Cooper, where we have had 9 instructed and 8 sold. So almost even Stevens there, actually. Similar picture in the East Neuk, in fact. So you had 5 instructed in the East Neuk and 4 sold. St Andrews, we had 11 instructed and 13 sold. That's a bit of an unusual one for St Andrews, actually. So the last few weeks, what we've seen in St Andrews is actually that these listed versus sold, you know, one's outweighed the other. So there's a little bit of a difference there this week. But again, it's just a weekly snapshot. You get a better picture when we look at the monthly ones when we get to the end of the month, but it gives you a flavour for it. Leavenmouth is outperformed. So you're looking at 6 that have been instructed, 9 that have sold. Dunfermline, again, good performance this week in comparison to last week. So Dunfermline, 46 listed, 47 sold. Glenrothes, 9 and 11. And then Kirkcaldy, 27 and 13. You kind of expect that in the Kirkcaldy area at the moment because there's quite a lot of new builds coming on just now. So it's difficult to see what is selling really in the Kirkcaldy area versus what's being listed because they don't always list which ones have been sold when they're new builds. So, but it gives you a bit of a flavour for the areas and where things are selling. total number listed were 113, and then sold last week was 105. So when you look at that and we work the equations out, at the moment it's taken between 7 and 8 weeks to sell a property. Those numbers give you a flavour for what's coming on each week. So there's still really about 18 people per week deciding to sell their home. So very much not much change in that. It's, rather than 20, which it has historically been over the last 6-7 months, we're now at 18. That's still quite a big amount of people making a decision. When I looked at Zoopla this morning, there's 978 properties at the moment in Fife. So people are still selling. The market is still quite buoyant. It's just taken that bit longer for property to sell. As I say, it's taken now on average 7 to 8 weeks. Some of the examples I've shown you this evening don't show that. They've sold, 2 or 3 weeks, but that's not all properties that sell in that time. So I think if we were going to give any advice to sellers and to buyers, is just to be patient. Your buyer will be out there. They may just not have come across your property yet. They may be in the situation where they're actually just getting themselves buyer ready. So they may not quite be ready to proceed. So it's just a case of really waiting until that person comes along and just to have a little bit of patience with yourself. Certainly if you're marketing with ourselves, you know that we're doing all the right things. It's being seen on all the correct platforms. It's being promoted through all of our video and talk TV that we do. So it's just a case of that right buyer coming along. So I'll nip on to completed properties now. And again, important for you to understand in regards to what's completing, because again, it gives you a flavour for what people are achieving over home report value, or actually if they're in a great position and they've managed to get something that's not over home report value. So as a buyer, that's a strong position to be in as well. So completed this week, we had 12 Myers Drive in Glenrothes. That was a 3-bed detached bungalow. That one sold at a closing date, in fact, actually, for 12% over home report. So that sold for 235,000, which equated actually to an additional 25,000 over the home report for the seller. The new owners are over the moon. It's their new family home. I met this couple quite a few times at the property, and I know that they're really excited to be moving there and to creating a nice family home. Their children go to school in the local area and everything, so it really ticked their boxes. So they were quite patient. They've been waiting a long time to get a house like this, so really pleasurable for us actually to make that happen for them. 3 other people missed out on that one at the closing date. So again, if you are someone who is looking for that type of property that you might be looking to sell, please do sell and reach out to us, because we do have buyers that are ready. So it'll be interesting to see what perhaps you might have and what your result might be. So you know how to reach out to us. Next property that completed, keys handed over, 42 University Avenue in Pittenweem. That was a 2-bed semi-detached house that sold for 13% over the home report. So that equated to a sale at 248,000. So that actually was an additional 28,000 over the home report for our seller. So they were really pleased with that result. The new owner is thrilled as well. They've got their new family home again. So what's really coming through this week is everyone's like family home orientated. So that's really good to hear that. Likewise with that property, we did have people miss out. We had one other person miss out. So if you've got something on University Avenue around about that size, we do have people that are interested in that. Next sold, 57 Carlton Avenue in Glenrothes. That was a 4-bed semi-detached house that sold in 3 weeks for 3% over the home report. So that sold for 175,000. That equates to an additional 5,000 for our seller. The new owner, again, is looking forward to their family home. The theme just keeps coming through. And again, one other person missed out on that property. So if that's something that you have, then please do reach out to us if you're interested in property in that area. We then had one in 18 Acorn Court in Cellardyke. That was a 3-bed semi-detached house that sold in 2 weeks for over 4% of the home report price. And that again, that equated to £250,000 sale price for that property, which was an additional 10,000 for the seller. So again, they were over the moon with that result. And the new owner is so ecstatically and excited to look forward to living by the sea. So I know that they've moved into that property now and they're quite looking forward to how their lifestyle is going to change. Next completed, we had a really busy week for completed this week actually. 55 Mavis Bank in Buckhaven, and that was a 2-bed semi-detached house, and that sold for just slightly under the home report price. That sold for 112,000. So that was a great result for the buyer. It was a fantastic result for the seller as well for a property of that type, and good opportunity to create a bit of value in that property. The new owner is looking forward to putting that investment into the property and working on the property and making it his new family home. So that's nice as well that that's happening. So everyone was happy with that outcome. 28C Main Street in Upper Largo. That was a 3-bed semi-detached house that sold in 3 weeks for 7% over the home report. And that equated to a sale of 160,000, which was 10,000 over the home report for the seller. The new owner is very much looking forward to their new family home again. But again, one other person missed out. So again, if that's something that you're looking to potentially put on the market in that area, please do reach out to us. We had another completed, which was 2 Dead Wines in Kennoway. That was a 3-bed detached bungalow that sold in 3 weeks for 3% over the home report. That equated to a sale price at 257,000. So it was 7,000 over the home report for the seller. And again, it's a family home that's being created there for the new buyers. So that's quite exciting that we're seeing that as well. And most people are turning homes into family homes, which is great. And then this final one, 466 Heather Path in Glenrothes. That was a 3-bed in terraced house that sold in 3 weeks for 22% over the home report price. That sold for £115,116. And that equated really just over 20,000 extra for the seller. Again, going to be a family home. I met this family, really nice family, looking forward to settling into their new family home. And again, if you've got a property in that area, you're interested in reaching out to us, you want some advice, then certainly please do reach out. I've got a couple of comments here. Jim just can't resist. So Jim is in Jamaica. Hi, Jim. I hope you're having a brilliant day. I know it's maybe about 2 in the afternoon where you are. I'm sure it's nice and sunny as well after all the rain that we've had. And in regards to Darren, thank you. I appreciate that feedback. Darren says, Jim Parker, you have some real competition in Perrie. She's doing a sterling effort on the old social media. Good work. Hope the holiday's going well, Jim. And they're having their own little chat in the background, actually. So Jim said, Darren, happily let her take the lead. Well, I did take the lead, but I kind of flumped it at the beginning. But hey-ho, I got there in the end, guys. But I really do appreciate, actually, all the effort that people put into watching our social media. It is a new thing for me. I am enjoying doing it. Jim is educating me the best way that he possibly can. He's a fantastic mentor and is helping me to be able to project things out there. So it's a real good opportunity for me to do that. And I really appreciate the viewers, the interaction that everyone has with myself in regards to giving their feedback and the thumbs up that you all give. It really does motivate us to keep going. And it shows that actually that the messages that we're trying to share with you that help our communities and our home buyers and sellers is coming across, and anything we can do to assist in that just makes us feel kind of proud of what we do, actually. So thank you very much. Good evening, Angela. I see you've said good evening. My little son Ollie as well is basically saying that I'm smashing it here, so happy with that. Thank you very much, Ollie. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't watched it live, you've got all the links here where you can play it back. Also to the other shows, as I said earlier on, please feel free to view. We're happy for you to do that. If you need any additional advice, you want to reach out to us, reach out to myself, Jim, Richard, the sales and lettings teams, always somebody in the team that's happy and willing to help you. And that's it for the weekly update this week. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Take care. Have a brilliant evening. And it's Perrie at Fife Properties TV. Good night.